Hello, beauty pros. It is Shannon O'Brien, the Sugar Mama and the Dean of iSugar University. And welcome to the first in our success story series for the Sugar Show. And I've decided that it's time for you to start meeting the people of our industry, start meeting the rock stars that are killing it with that beautiful little ball of sugar paste. And I want you to start to meet your colleagues in this industry and hear from them what their journey is all about. So my very first guest on the Success series, which I'm so excited about, is Miss Jody Baird. Hello, Jody.
Hi.
This is so fun. Jody and I have known each other for quite a while now, and I have just been so proud of you, Jody, and I wanted to bring you on because you are in the trenches and you are doing it every day, and you have really, really succeeded in this industry. And I'm super, super proud of you, both as a student and a friend and a colleague. And I want to share your success with everyone else. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me, or tell the audience actually, who you are and where you are and a little bit about your business.
My name is Jody, and I live in Chico, California, and my business name is called the Sugar Chalet. And my business is, I would say, mostly sugaring. I've actually considered kind of letting go of everything else to do just sugaring. And yeah, I love it. I'm so excited that I found it.
Yay! I love that. I love that. So let's dive in and talk about you, and then we'll talk about, obviously, the sugar. We'll get to that because I want to back up and talk about your kind of your big picture. So how long have you been an esthetician?
I think 5 years. I think I'm going on 5 years.
All right, 5 years, you've made it through. They say people, if they make it through their second or third year, that they're on their way to great success. So cheers to you.
Thank you.
And so tell me a little bit about how you got into being an esthetician and what you're kind of started out doing. Go back 5 years, if you would, and let us know just kind of what life was like for you then and what you were kind of starting out doing.
Well, I think I'll actually have to go back about 20 years.
Oh, okay.
I actually started going to cosmetology school about 20 years ago, and then my husband and I ended up getting pregnant. And I was so sick. When I was in cosmetology school, I realized what being an esthetician was, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do. I want to focus on skincare. Hair coloring and all that kind of stuff I could do without. But at the time, the esthetician only school was far away, and I wasn't willing to do the commute. So I was like, okay, well, I could still kind of do skincare with the cosmetology license. And then my husband and I got pregnant, and I was so sick, like literally carrying a bowl to school with me. And I can't do this anymore. So, move on, have babies, and still trying to, at the time when I was going to cosmetology school, I was working at Nordstrom as a makeup artist. I worked for Estee Lauder and Clarins and MAC, and still trying to maintain that makeup, but getting involved in, and then had one child and then had two more. And
girl,
every time
you're braver than I.
Every time we moved somewhere, I'd be like, oh, is there a school nearby? How can I make this work? And then when we moved here to Chico, I was getting skin treatments done by a spa here, Miles Berdash. People may or may not know him, but he had said, I had went on a makeup job with him in San Francisco, and he said, you really should get licensed. And I said, well, where can I do that? He says, there's a school up the street, and they use good products and that kind of stuff. And so I jumped on it like that day, and I realized, I said to my family, this is desperately, desperately what I want to do. It's my dream job. I want to be an esthetician so bad. And we made it work. It was a brutal, brutal 5 months or 4 or 5 months. But
right.
I cried when I graduated because I was just so excited because it was a dream come true. It was what I really wanted to do.
I just love that you knew in your core. You didn't even really have like that Oprah aha moment. You just knew from the jump, this is what you wanted to do. And you just hung in there.
Yeah.
So I take it you learned how to wax back in the day.
Oh, my Lanta, yeah.
Remember your first wax client as a student?
I remember one of my sweet, very best friends used to come in so that I could wax her legs. And I'm not kidding you. It took me probably like an hour and a half to do it.
Oh.
It was just brutal. So brutal.
Right. Okay. So you graduate from school, which, by the way, did you know that Chico State is my alma mater?
Yes.
I'm a wildcat.
Yeah,
I love Chico. I love Chico. So I did get great grades too. So I must be very well rounded to have enjoyed Chico with which I did, and
that's right.
And right. But I did get good grades, and I did graduate at the top of my class. So there's something to be said for that, right? Yeah. So tell me, you graduate from school, and what next?
So after that, I went and worked at a local spa. And while I was there, a lot of what we did was very holistic. Tried to be more environmentally friendly. And at the time, I was learning about essential oils, woohoo, young living. And right. Just trying to do things that were better for the body, better for my children, that kind of stuff. So I was at a wax show and learning more about waxing. And it was just a day, like a 8-hour day training or something. And that's where I was introduced to sugar. And at the time, the company they were going to come out with their sugar and their sugar training.
Right.
And that's when I was like, that was my aha moment. I was like, okay, that is what I want to do. That is how I want to make myself different and do something that I think is better for the skin and better for the environment too.
Yeah. And so was it difficult to find a class because they hadn't come out with training yet? So did you have to wait? How did that go for you?
I did. I had to wait. They had told me at the time that they were going to come out with a sugar, I don't know, within the next 4 months or something. And I think I probably emailed them every week. It didn't occur to me to search out anything else. I don't know why. And then finally it was like, okay, we're ready to do some training. And I did it.
So tell me about your training. It was hands-on, I take it. And 2 days, 1 day?
Yeah. The trainer was great. Her name is Felicia and she's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Now, the company that you trained with is no longer providing sugar, right?
Correct. Yeah, they are no longer providing sugar.
Okay, but Felicia's a great trainer, and she's moved on to train with other people as well. So, yeah. Felicia, if you're out there, shout out.
Yeah.
But was it 2 day, 1 day? Like, did you take on to it quickly? Was it hard for you?
It was 1 day, and I took on to it, I think, fairly quickly. But what I did to make myself do it is when I got back into my treatment room, I got rid of all the wax.
Good girl.
I took all the wax out of my room to force myself.
That's hard.
Yeah. And then I took about, I don't know, maybe like a week or two and just sent messages to friends to say, hey, can I practice on you? And just dedicated hours to trying to practice. So that was kind of a little bit of my journey. And then I also did, I had Felicia come back and do some additional training with me just to make sure, because when you're away, you don't really know if you're doing it correctly. Maybe I'm consistently doing something wrong. That's what's great about iSugar University is the videos that you have the students send back and forth.
Yeah.
And that constant contact. I didn't have that before.
Yeah.
So.
And thankfully you were able to find me though. How did we actually find each other?
Oh.
Through Tiffany?
I think it was through Tiffany. I did some eyelash training with Tiffany.
That's right. That's right. And Tiffany recommended you come down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to let the audience know, we actually recertified Jody because the company that she had certified through was not recognized by the professional sugar suppliers. So she came down and we spent time in my little sanctuary space and did some advanced training, and she actually went through and did the recertification. So that's a really nice benefit too, is to be able to have access, either online or close by, which you have the benefit of both, that you can, have work hands-on or virtually, which is great as well. So you decide to make the switch to sugar, and how long do you think that it took you to practice? Because actually, I have to commend you, because it's not easy to pick up sugaring in one day. And I wasn't able to do it in my one-day training. I was terrible, and I tell that in all of my classes.
Yeah, and again, in all honesty, I'm not sure that I did really truly pick it up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I did have somebody else come down and do some additional training with me, because I knew that there was some troubleshooting I needed to do. And it was a lot of frustration. At some points I was like, what am I doing? But I
did you want to throw that sugar ball out the window?
What's that?
Did you want to throw that sugar ball out the window?
Yeah. I just wanted to just kind of give up and go, what the heck am I doing? But again,
why didn't you
have the support like you did? Why didn't I? Because I knew it was really important to me. I knew that it was better. I knew that, let's be honest, it kind of gave me an edge against anybody else in the city.
Right.
And Chico being a very holistic city, I guess I want to call it.
Yep.
I just knew that would be a good selling point. And I loved that it was minimal ingredients. All of those things really resonated with me. And so I just knew it was just going to take practice, just like everything else. It was just going to take practice, just like my lashes and all that kind of stuff. So I just knew.
How long was it until you felt comfortable doing Brazilians?
Oh gosh. Honestly, it was probably not until I got on to your videos and watched them over and over and over and over again.
Right.
I don't know. That must have been at least a year.
Yeah.
After I got originally certified.
Yeah.
Is probably when you started making those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because there was a few clients that I had a hard time doing a Brazilian with sugar, and I ended up just taking it off and doing wax.
Yeah.
Thinking I must have had at least one can of wax on me.
Right.
Yeah.
That sneaky pot that,
Totally.
just in case you're.
But it was just that one client that I remember thinking, I have to perfect this. And then of course later I realized, oh yeah, that's why it wasn't working. The room was too warm. All those, and it's hard because sometimes it's all of those experiences that make you better, and it's hard to experience those failures. But it allows me, when I personally experience them, just to be better and to know better next time more of what I'm talking about and how to educate my clients as well. Yeah. So, it was probably a good year before I was comfortable with Brazilians, and now I don't.
Which is understandable. I mean, it's a skill to master, and then Brazilians is its own, its own project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me then, what's your client's response?
My client's response, I get people, it's funny because sometimes, because I'm the Sugar Chalet, people thought that I was a bakery. But then they realize, because I have taglines on my sign, and they're excited. They're like, I've heard about sugaring and it's something new. And I'm like, no, actually, it's really not new. So they get really excited about this new technique, and they love what's behind it. I have a lot of clients who can't shave, and they can't get wax because every time they get waxed, they break, their hair break, and all those kinds of things. I love to be able to troubleshoot with them. So I have a lot of loyal clients for that reason. They love the results. Sometimes it takes a little while as far as the ingrowns and all that kind of stuff, but along with me trying to educate them, what that's going to take, they really, really love the results. Last longer, less ingrowns, and eventually they go away. No irritation, just that kind of stuff.
So what was the final thing that helped you to jump over the edge to calling your place the Sugar Chalet, which I love, by the way. And it really does set you apart. I mean, you are the little spot to go get your sugar on, and I love it. Right. And I love the decor you have in your place. And actually what I'd love for you to do is send me some pictures of your place, and I'll post those on iSugar U as well, so people can see your spot, and we'll post to the location. But I would really love to know kind of what were you called before the Sugar Chalet when you opened your shop?
So I haven't actually been on my own. I've in all these years, I've always been in a salon or a spa. And the last place I was in, I was just kind of fed up with being in that environment, and thought, why pay somebody else rent when I can go be in my own space and do what I want to do and keep my room temperature where I want to keep it. And so that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to open up a shop, and sugar's my thing. And that's where I came up with the Sugar Chalet.
I love it. I love it. So was it easy?
What part?
Opening up the Sugar Chalet?
No.
Taking that leap?
No, it was not easy. We completely gutted the place. So mentally and physically, it was not easy.
Right.
Physically, we completely gutted the shop. It was horrid, ugly carpet, ugly walls, just gutted the whole thing, sucked it up and said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay here. Redid the floors, walls, everything. And mentally, I have to be honest, I was afraid to be alone. Because there is an energy when you're in a salon with other people.
Yep.
There's just kind of a fun energy.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, if I'm alone, is that energy going to still be there?
Yeah.
And I think the energy is here in spades, even more. When people walk in, they say how much they love the space, and they like that it's quiet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was hard, but I don't regret a single moment of it.
Yay! I love that. I love that to pieces. And I love that you are just following like that inner voice, and sometimes the inner voice is fear, and that's okay.
Yeah, always.
Right. And the ceiling you've been staring at, it's a fear space, and that's totally normal. Mm-hmm. And I love that you've been following that heart and that place where you said, there's something that's going to set me apart here. Mm-hmm. And if I follow a natural and organic path, my services have to really follow a natural and organic path, right? Like if I'm going to be putting products on clients that aren't good for them, then who am I as a professional, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm hearing from you is it's really important for you, the integrity of your product. Absolutely. And the integrity, of your technique and your practice, and that's what I've gotten from you. And any comment that you have on Facebook. And by the way, this is a Facebook Live, so for those of you that are on live, feel free to comment, or you can even comment after in the replay, and Jody and I will answer your questions happily. But really, anytime I've seen you in a group, you're super supportive of the community and super supportive of sugar, and that's why I have you on today, is because this is what it's all about, right? Like two professionals walking through this and then sharing their knowledge with others. Like this is really valuable, Jody, for you to share with other people, your fears and your excitement and, your story, because that's what this is all about, is finding those kernels of wisdom and then imparting them to others. And so, this is cool stuff. And so on that note, what advice do you have? And this is a big question, I know. And maybe we'll take this in parts, but what advice do you have for people that are thinking about making the sweet switch? Let's start there from from waxing to sugaring, what advice do you have for those folks that are like, oh, I'm a waxer, you know, I've been waxing for years. Why would I need to sugar? What advice would you give that esthetician?
That's a really good question. If you're thinking about it, but on the edge, just do it. Go for it and be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. My personal opinion is waxing was way easier to learn, but a lot more risk comes with waxing.
Yeah.
As far as the skin goes and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things that resonated with me. You have to be patient, and that alone will set you apart.
Yeah.
And so that's the first thing that pops into my head. I think I'd have to think about a little bit more about if somebody, I mean, it's really just do it. And sometimes, you know, I get it. Not everything is for everybody, and that's okay too, but you have to give sugaring time.
Yeah.
And
would you say, like, let's talk about that as a beauty professional, as a skincare professional. What, now that you've been doing this for a while, what results are you seeing? Because I've been telling people, but I want to hear it from others. What significant differences are you seeing in the skin? Because it's one thing to say, oh, sugar's better than wax, but are you seeing a difference in your client's skin now that you've switched to sugar?
Okay, so that's great. Yeah, absolutely. So I have a client who's been seeing me from the beginning, like since I just, you know, within the first year of graduating. She had a lot of facial hair and was actually shaving every day. I started out waxing her. I waxed her for probably, 6 months, maybe 4 months. And she would have, and just because of the nature of the facial hair, she would break out all the time. And then of course she would want to pick and things like that. So when she came in, she'd always have, pustules on her skin and all that kind of stuff. When I started sugaring her, so I still continue to sugar her. So we're talking at least 4 years, right? 3 or 4 years. Or the amount. So before, she was coming in to see me probably every 2 or 3 weeks. Now she sees me every 4 weeks. And the amount of hair, and her breakouts are very few if she has them. The amount of hair now is totally negligible. Like, it's still long hair, it's still whiskers, but I wish, before and after pictures. Take before and after pictures. That's my other recommendation. I wish I would have had before and after pictures, because she would have been a poster child for sugaring.
Okay, so students,
like hardly any redness on her
before
skin.
and after pictures.
Yeah, before and after pictures for sure. Hardly any redness on her skin. She's definitely very sensitive and sensitized skin. And none of that kind of stuff exists on her anymore. That is my one awesome success story. As far as the skin goes, I'm working on another client right now who was sugaring in San Diego, because I guess maybe a lot of people do it in Southern California, because she's actually my second client from Southern California. Went to waxing and then went to shaving. She's like, I just can't do this anymore. Found me, and we're right now dealing with a lot of pigmentation from ingrowns and things like that. So it's gone way down. It takes time, but it's really going down a lot. And she's not having, the ingrowns that she's having are just very, very, very on the surface, not the deep pustular ones. And those are just kind of popping out as we're working on them. And so yeah, a lot of loyalty because of that. Yeah. A lot of loyalty. Whereas I'm not sure that the waxing, I don't know that it really created as much loyalty. Yeah.
I think that there's just kind of anyone can wax, you know, you can go to get your nails done and they can wax you, you know, and it really does set you apart. And I love that the loyalty comes from their trust that you know what you're doing because you've cared enough to learn something that's going to be better for them.
Right.
You've cared enough to learn something that is going to not damage their skin and not cause them the irritation. And so that trust, would you say that it kind of carries over into your other treatments that you do? Like, hey, wow, you do this, like, tell me about your lash extensions, or maybe you can do makeup on me now. I mean, I really think it's probably boosted your other areas of business, right?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And vice versa. When I do my other treatments and tell people about sugaring, then they get genuinely excited. About this new thing and want to come in and try it.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Is there anyone else in your area in Chico that's starting to pop up in sugar now?
Well, we have a student, Amanda. Come say
hi. Oh, is she going to say hi?
She is going to come say hi.
Hi, Amanda.
So Amanda reached out to me this morning when she saw that I was going to be on Facebook Live and said, hey, can I come talk to you? And I was like, absolutely, come chat. So we were talking for a little while, then we got on and she's been watching, and then we're going to talk for a little while more afterwards. She's actually one of my very kind clients said that she could observe her teeny weeny bikini so that she can see what I do. So
I love it. So she's
now. What's that? Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. You know, this is what it's all about is, you know, passing on your wisdom and showing her the possibilities and the, you know, the options that are available to her. And it sounds like there's, you know, not a ton of competition in your area, which is huge. So ride that train.
Go around. I mean, my gosh, there's so much business to go around.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. So you've really, you know, set yourself apart, which is amazing. And cheers to Amanda for locking herself in with an amazing mentor. I think this is why we do this. This is awesome. This is awesome. So thank you so much. If anyone has any questions at all, you know, Jody is available, or you can email me at the dean at iSugar University. And, you know, Jody Baird has opened the Sugar Chalet in Chico, California with great success. And is there any parting things that you'd like to share with anyone that's on the fence? Or I know we talked about that a little bit more, or any shout out to sugar that you would like to share?
Well, I just love your program because I love that it's product neutral. And sometimes I feel like when you learn something from a specific company, it's their way or no way. Yeah. I like to learn about why I'm doing something, not about why I'm doing it with your product, but why, you know, the science behind it. It's not just about, you know, a certain product. So that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love your program, is because it's, you know, I can use whatever product works best for me, because what works best for me is not maybe what's best for Amanda.
Right.
And, yeah. So, and your availability, oh my gosh, like the things that you do, the videos and the way you're training and all that kind of stuff. So
thank you. Well, I didn't mean for this to be a plug for iSugar University, but I'm super grateful.
But really and truly, those are some of the things that I think that set you apart, for sugaring. And that's what I love. So if you're on the fence of sugaring, just do it and practice, give it time. Yes. And do before and after pictures.
Great. Those are great words of wisdom. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jody. I so appreciate you and love the success that you're having. And I love our friendship, and I love that no matter what, you can drive by and pop in and say hey to us sugar mamas. And
that's right.
Next time I'm in Chico, we're going to have a beer at the Bear, and that's what this is about, is getting to know women and men in our community and in our industry, and keep sharing the love. So thank you. And thank you for mentoring Amanda. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. For those of you that are interested and want to have success just like Jody, we have spring semester that is open right now. You can enroll for spring semester. It closes April 15th. So you want to take advantage of getting those videos and starting this amazing journey now. We're here to help you every step of the way. And you can go to iSugarUniversity.com and check it out. So thanks again. And I look forward to seeing you in class.
Thank you.